a sales structure you use in connection with your trade or business. In English, ladies and gentlemen, that just means the biggest room in your home. You see, we receive tax advantages based on the square footage. So why would we choose the smallest room? And so we definitely want you to make sure that you're taking advantage and transitioning your home into corporate headquarters. Because look at some of the deductions that you can receive. I want you to understand there's so many more. But when you can write off your cleaning supplies, that just makes sense. Because we want you to understand it's not your home, it's corporate headquarters. And that restroom and those facilities are not for public use. And so all of these associated expenses are tax deductible for you, the owner. And so the most missed deduction, and that's mileage. I literally want y'all to look on the side of the road. Most of you are literally driving by thousands of dollars because you forget to document. And so I want you to remember this acronym, MAPS. Every time you leave home, you should be mapping. And MAPS means marketing, advertising, prospecting, and sales. And so every time you leave home, you should be doing one of these things because it could potentially be for business. In fact, I encourage you, every time you leave home, make it for business. You see, you going to church? No, I'm going marketing, advertising, prospecting, and selling. You going to the store? No, I'm going marketing, advertising, prospecting, and selling. I always want you to stay in a mapping mode, business owners. You see, when you're in a mapping mode, please understand, everything in this slide will lead to cost. But it is one part that will lead to profits, and that's sales. And so I encourage every business owner to always be selling. Do not be afraid to sell. Understand what's required. Understand what you earn and get better at sales because...
So I'm coming in the middle of this for everybody. I couldn't record the whole thing. But this is from our other group, the investment group. So Canada Globe, again, I'm getting this from investors. I belong to a group of investors. So they want to get more out of their money, more out of their time. Get more out of taxes, less tax. So the point is, what he's saying is, what the business professionals are doing, the business investors, they're jumping into Canada Globe. They turn it into an LLC, which gives you a home-based business. You get to write off half that stuff in your house. All the things you spend your money on in the house, you write that off in business expenses. This is even whether you have a full-time job or not, but now you have a home-based business. You learn to write that off. The things you spend your money on in the house, you learn to write that off as expenses. So you'd be making more from the company because once you're in Canada Globe, this is pretty much all profit. And if you talk to investors, they're rich because they consider work wages, not consider. Working is for wages. Investing is for profits. So they focus on how do I get profits. So they jump into Canada Globe, other companies like it, turn the house into a home-based business, write half the stuff in your house off. So now all of a sudden you're saving more. You're getting money back on the stuff that you spend every day. What do you say? Pick the biggest room in the house. The more square footage, the more you can write off. You turn your house into a business location, unless you have another physical location. So now you're making money because you jumped into a home-based business that's designed to multiply. Canada Globe is designed for unlimited income. So you jump into that, you're making more profits, which will make you more money, saving money by turning your house into your office, making sales, making profits, writing off the stuff that you spend every day on your house, even meals and events. That's why, this is why so many of them are rich, and because they know these things. They know these things, they learn the little tricks. All right, I gotta go, y'all.